Hey guys, it's Evan the Cat King here with another video. Today we are doing another Total Drama tier list, but specifically Total Drama Island characters. Now this is not the characters as a whole. This is only regarding them in Total Drama Island. This is completely only based on their performance in this season. No other seasons are going to be taken into account. So this is only that I just need to clarify that this is only Total Drama Island the characters specifically. This is we won't be like talking about Heather and World Tour or Courtney in action, but like this is just get into things here. Starting things off, we got Chris. I think this is one of Chris's best seasons. I think that him just being more of a laid back host is that actually kind of connects with some of the people on the show, more similar to. Why can't I think of his name? The host of Survivor. He's more similar to the host of Survivor. I legitimately forgot his. Maybe I'll think of it later. But I'm giving him an A in Total Drama Island. I think it is probably his best season. To be honest, like he's just a lot more laid back, and I think I like more laid back Chris than anyone else. And honestly, I think it makes it weird when like, I know I'm not talking about action in World Tour. I literally said that, but just it makes it weird how Beth is says at the beginning of action that, oh, I was hoping they'd switch Chris out with a nicer host, even though he wasn't that bad in Island. Guess he was mean, but Chef, I'm putting him right below Chris. Maybe C, actually. Chef didn't do too much in this season. He had more involvement than in other seasons, but he was hosting some of the challenges, because of that, I'll give him a B. He was kind of taking over some of the challenges for Chris, and I thought that was pretty neat, and this was the most laid-back versions of Chris and Chef. They're not too extreme, and I like that. I like that about them. I think this isn't Chef's best season. We'll get into that. I think I'll probably do similar tier lists for every single season and talk about it, and yeah. But we'll get to those other seasons later on. Beth, Beth is I don't know. Beth is an interesting one. I don't think she got quite a bit of development. She was part of the whole Heather, Lindsay, 3-person alliance, but she kind of just was. But honestly, she was obviously just the least important of the whole trio. I mean, Lindsay and Heather made it to the merge, and Beth didn't. There's some things of her that are pretty good, like her telling off Heather for the first time. That's a great moment, but I don't know. She's still the tiki doll. I don't know. She didn't really do too much in this season, other than be Heather's slave, or as she would call herself in the for like I don't know how many episodes, maybe like 8 episodes or something. But like she didn't do, after that she got into the fight with Heather and then got eliminated the next episode. She didn't do that much, and I'm gonna put her at C. Bridget, not gonna lie, I don't see a lot of people really caring too much about Bridget, but I honestly really liked Bridget in this season. She was just she was just the surfer girl, and I liked her a lot of the stuff with her and Jeff. I liked her like friendships with some of the people like Courtney, Lashana, and Gwen. That was fun. I found the episode where she first like kind of joins the girls' cabin with her. The stuff with her and like Heather is honestly pretty funny, but like I thought that she was a good character in Island. This is one. Is this our best season? I mean, obviously the aftermath is her and Jeff's like highlights. But she's definitely, I'm gonna put her at a B. She's definitely not as good as Jeff is always taking the spotlight when it comes to those two. Let's face it, Jeff is always getting the spotlight out of their like their relationship, their duo. Except for in World Tour, Bridget kind of gets importance at the beginning, but then she just kind of disappears and gets freaking kidnapped by. But either way, I think I'll put her ahead of Chef though. So, she's pretty decent. Cody, he gets a C. He's right next to Beth. Got eliminated an episode before Beth. He didn't do anything in this. He really improved a lot in his second showing in World Tour, but in this season, he does nothing other than get mauled by a bear and hit on Gwen. That's all he does in this season, and he's honestly a little annoying. I think Gwen sums it up great. He just is like a really annoying little brother in this season, and I would know because I'm a really annoying little brother. But I thought he was a pretty good. He's just middle of the road. He's average. That's why he gets C tier. Courtney, I don't know where to put Courtney. Courtney, Total Drama Island. She was in it longer than Beth and Cody. I don't know if I want to put her in A or B, because she was very important in the earlier half of the season. She definitely had a lot of plot armor. Like, she legitimately could have... There was multiple times where she could have been eliminated. But yet, she just doesn't get eliminated because, well, they need to have her and Duncan make out in the end. But... everything with her and Duncan in this season is honestly great. I think the first two seasons with Courtney and Duncan are absolutely just great, and I think she isn't in it as long as someone like Bridget, but I think she takes she manages to be a better character, even though she isn't in as many episodes as other people, and I think I don't know what else to say, but Courtney is a pretty good character in Total Drama Island. DJ in Island is probably DJ's best. I really like DJ in this one. They have him be more, maybe like he's kind of like the big guy that is kind of more soft than you might expect, and they really get into that, like, with him being a mama's boy and in other seasons, but in this season, he's just more, I don't know. I don't know. I say I don't know a lot in these videos, but he just isn't as, like, soft in this season. Like, he definitely has his, like, moments, like adopting a pet bunny and getting scared by Chef without him even being there, actually getting scared by Heather. But I think that this is DJ's best season, and he gets the bottom part of A. I don't think he's as good as Courtney in this season. He's on it. He honestly he's not that important to the story at all. He doesn't really have any important things other than just being he's kind of just a random third wheel in a lot of places. So, I think I'm gonna move him to the top of B tier. I still think he's better than Bridget in this season. Duncan, I gotta put Duncan at S tier. Duncan is really good in Total Drama Island. He is absolutely great. I think that he is. I really like how they took the like teenager like stereotypes, and specifically with Duncan and Gwen, those two, they subverted expectations with them. They had Duncan have more like not as like bad boy type stuff. Like again, it's more stuff with DJ, getting DJ a new bunny. That's real great, and it's just. Yeah, like, Duncan is constantly doing stuff in the whole season. I don't know how many episodes he doesn't have, like, importance to, like, the story at all. Like, there are some characters that kind of just aren't really involved during the episode, and Duncan is never like that. He's always, like, front and center whenever whenever he's on screen. He's doing something, and that's why he's an S tier. Eva, I'm gonna put her at D tier. She was okay. I think, like, honestly, of course, I won't be ranking her in any other the things, but she's not as, I mean, this is clearly her best season because she's actually in it, but I mean, technically, she's in Action and World Tour, but it's like in the aftermath episodes and doing like it, and like it's weird. I don't know. Eva, she was an interesting one. You can't get much out of her if she's in a total of 3 episodes. Like, all she does is kind of get mad at people and be big and strong. That's all she really does in the whole season. And I mean, I'm happy that she returned. She brought an interesting thing, and honestly, her returning is a bit of plot armor, not for her, but for everyone else in the merge. I feel like they brought her back just so they could allow every other person that they wanted to be to be a part of the merge to get one more extra episode, just so they could have her come in so they can get rid of her and give the other contestants more screen time over the whole season. But yeah, Eva is, she's not the worst, but she's not good, really. I don't know. She's not even average. Ezekiel's F tier. Ezekiel, you can't do. There's no way he's getting higher than F tier when he legitimately has. No, 2 episodes. Eva has 4, actually. So Ezekiel has 2 episodes in it, part 1 and part 2 of basically episode 1, but like he gets no screen time at all. He barely talks. He just there's nothing of Ezekiel in this season. Legitimately, he the same thing happens in World Tour, but it's a better season for him because he's actually more involved thanks to him becoming a feral Ezekiel, which is kind of stupid because now what do you do if you want Ezekiel to ever return to the game? And I would honestly love him to return for another season if they ever have returnees again. Let's face it, I hope that someday they'll have like a whole brand new like all-star type season, bringing in people from all 4 casts now, but either way, or maybe not exactly all-stars, maybe give us Total Drama like second chance for those who, or well, maybe not second chance, or just like I don't know what to say, but like just a bunch of returnees who want one more time to compete. But yeah, Jeff, I'll put Jeff at A tier. He's just fun. He's the surfer dude, party boy. he's just fun in this season. There isn't very many dull moments when Jeff is on screen, except for when Bridget first the episode right after Bridget's elimination. Then he's sad, and that makes the whole episode sad. But then Lindsay just makes the whole episode great by because she calls out Heather and stuff. But Jeff is he's just a fun addition. He didn't need to make it as far as he did. He probably should have been eliminated earlier on than he did. Like I feel like we could have had an extra episode with someone like Izzy or Trent, I don't know, but instead we just got Jeff, making it very much further. But I'm fine with it. Jeff is fun. I mean, yeah, there is a better version of Jeff in this season, though, and we'll get to him later. Gwen, S tier, no doubt. This is the best season for Gwen. This is just, there's literally no competition for what is Gwen's best season. This is 100% her best season. If you think that she's better in another season, then I honestly want you to unsubscribe, because that's a stupid opinion. And she's the main character of this season. Each season, you could probably say, has a main character, and Gwen is the main character of the season. There's always the main antagonist and the main protagonist. Gwen is the protagonist in this season, and Heather is the antagonist in this season. And Gwen is just this is the perfect Gwen. This is great. She is absolutely phenomenal in this season. And, I mean, it's a shame that she kind of had just a big character derailment throughout the other seasons, and yeah. Anyway, next is Harold. Harold, oh god, I don't know what to do with Harold. Harold goes B or A tier. He's similar to Courtney in the fact that he doesn't make it as far as someone like DJ or Bridget, but yet he still manages to become like a better character than them because of like how much he does in the short period of time that he's a part of the show. It's great. Yeah, like the whole stuff with him and Duncan, and like he's constantly getting it screwed with by all the other guys. He's constantly just getting pranks pulled on him. Everything with him and Lashana is great. I think he's going to go at the top of B tier for me. He goes at the top of B tier. He's very much a good character. I find him better than DJ and Bridget, who really didn't do that much in the season, even though they were in it longer than him. Like, yeah. Heather, S tier. She's S tier. Is she better than... I think she's better than Duncan. Not as good as Gwen, though. Gwen is... you can't... I don't think anybody's beaten Gwen in this. No one is beating Gwen in this tier list. But Heather is definitely the only one who puts up competition with her. Because Heather is the main antagonist. Heather is the one who's pulling off all the strategic moves, even though... First season of Total Drama, the moves aren't as strategic as later moves in the show. Specifically, Alejandro is probably the only one who pulls off more strategic moves. Maybe Courtney, I don't know. But Heather is great in this season. She's the perfect villain for this season. And everything with her and Lindsay and her and Gwen and her and... Who else? She doesn't... I mean, those are the main ones. Her and Lashana. Those... It's just great. Is the best villain of the whole series, in my opinion. And it's great. But yeah. Izzy, I think I'm gonna give Izzy... It's another case of I don't know whether to put her at A or B tier. She's very much... Her return at the merge is very good. I think that her returning and her starting up that little relationship with Owen is real fun. Her crazy stuff with like her rivalry with Chef is absolutely amazing. I love Izzy. Izzy's one of my favorite characters. And I'd love for her to get another chance in a season where she can finally do well again. Like this is her best season. I'm gonna put her at A tier. I think she earned A tier this season, but anyways, now Justin Justin doesn't do anything in this season. Justin literally does nothing. He probably does less than Ezekiel does, but he still gets. He's gonna go above Ezekiel, but he gets F tier. I think Justin's best is obviously action. He's just isn't really have any importance in this season. He kind of just stands around in the background. I don't even know if he has any lines in some of the episodes. I don't know. He just I don't think Justin. Yeah, Justin was definitely not a good character in this season. Katie. She gets the bottom of F. Sadie can have the top of F. Katie and Sadie, I absolutely hate them. They're annoying. They're. I'd be fine with them returning. You know what? Actually, Sadie kind of gets. Sadie can get bottom of D tier. Katie isn't quite bottom of F tier. They're just nobodies. They have the fact that they're like just friends, and I don't know. There's not much to talk about with them. They're not interesting. Once Katie is gone, like they're both just background characters in the early episodes, and then once Katie is gone, you think that Sadie's now gonna get a lot of character development because she's on her own and she's gonna have to fight through. And then she just continues, and then we'll get a good story out of it. No, she just goes back to being a background character. She's she just doesn't do anything in the whole season. They don't do anything except for screw up the killer bass, and that's it. So yeah, they're both real low down. Lashana, top of A tier. I give her an S tier. This is definitely her best season. But I just don't think she's not quite on par with Duncan, Heather, and Gwen. She's up there, but she's just not quite as good as them. Lashana is great in this season, though. Her rivalry with Heather, fantastic. She's honestly just she does a lot of really great stuff in this season, and it's a shame that her elimination is so stupid. Like, just if only we got like. Of course, again, it's probably more just plot armor for Heather. They needed to find a way to get rid of Lashana without because I feel like you don't want probably they didn't want Heather to just straight out beat Lashana, or they didn't find they just couldn't think of a way around just getting rid of Lashana getting eliminated before Heather. I don't know, but Lashana, A tier. She's great. Lindsay's gonna join her in A tier. Lindsay, oh my god, this is the crazy thing is Lindsay is great in this season. She's just she's a pawn for Heather the whole time, as she slowly kind of starts to have doubts about her friendship throughout the whole season, and then finally snaps on her when Heather just refuses to keep her in the game. It's great. I think just the whole moment in in her elimination episode where she just swears at Heather the whole time. Also, if I hate it when I go back and try to watch it and it's dubbed over to not be swearing, and it's just oh, you no good bully, mean bully of a girl, or whatever it says. I don't know. It's so annoying. Yeah. But Lindsay's great in this season. And it's crazy because she gets A tier, and yet it's not her best season. Same with Courtney. Like this isn't her best season. Same and Heather. Like she's an S tier, and yet this probably isn't her best season. Noah. I give him bottom of D tier. He does nothing. He does nothing in this season. Noah, you're lucky. Noah, he's other than kiss Cody. That's all he does. He has that moment. That's what gets him out of F tier. And all of his, he's funny in what things that he does do. Like honestly, some of the stuff in like in the episode about where they go to the loser island or whatever, honestly, he's kind of funny there. But yeah. Owen, I don't know where to put him. I don't know if I want to put him in A or S tier. I'm gonna put him in S tier. I don't care. Owen's my favorite character. I love Owen. He's the best. He's absolutely the best. Honestly, I love the two winners of this season. I feel like it's honestly perfect. Owen and Gwen is just. I don't think it could get better than that. I honestly don't. Maybe the only possible thing that could get it better is maybe Duncan and Gwen, but even that isn't. Even that I don't think is as fun. I think Owen and Gwen seem just like the perfect duo. The fact that it ended up being Gwen and Owen to finally get rid of Heather is hilarious. The fact that it was Owen. Owen was literally the one to beat Heather in this season. It is not Gwen. Sure, Gwen makes the deal with Owen, but Owen is the one who dominates the challenge and just allows this whole thing to happen. It's honestly great. But yeah, Owen is great in this season. I love him in this season. This is his best season by far. Yeah. Trent, oh my god, Trent, I don't know. I'm putting him in top of B tier. Trent, you were part of the main couple of the season. That's about it I can really think of. Everything with him and Gwen, he's literally here to be Gwen's boyfriend, and then this is Trent's best season. I mean, yeah, it is. Still, Trent, he's all right. Honestly, he's B tier. I just I don't know what to say about him. He's honestly kind of boring. I honestly, not gonna lie. Tyler can have the C tier, and he doesn't do much, but honestly, what he does, he honestly is actually a pretty bit of a big part. Not really that big of a part. He's a part of the early episodes. He's constantly involved in the episodes every single time. So I think that gives him. I think that earns him a right to be part of C tier. His relationship with Lindsay is kind of a little. It's a little storyline at the start, and of course at that time there's not really many storylines really going on, and that kind of driving a wedge between Lindsay and Heather is kind of nice. So yeah, I think he deserves C tier in my opinion. He's better than everybody below him. Mr. Coconut, S tier all the way. Let's go, Mr. Coconut. Alright, that is it for my Total Drama Island tier list. Majority of them are in the upper half of the tier list. I'm really happy about that. That shows that most of the characters I believe are good, rather than just being average or below average. We'll see if that changes in later seasons, because I do plan on doing a Total Drama Action, Total Drama World Tour, Total Drama Revenge of the Island, and so on. But this season, Total Drama Island, best season of Total Drama ever. I will not argue. I'm not gonna. If you try to argue against me with that, you will not win. You will not change my mind. This is the best season ever. World Tour, it could compete with it if it had better side plots. Redonkulous Race, it could. Redonkulous Race. I don't think Redonkulous Race could compete with it, really. I don't think Redonkulous Race could do much better than it did, so either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye.